In this lecture, we will learn how to write complex numbers in Python. First of all, we need to import the necessary modules in Python. These modules are NumPy, Matplotlib.pyplot, and from Matplotlib, we import style. Let us run this cell to import these modules. Now, we are going to write the same complex number in Python using 3 different methods. The complex number is 5 plus 6j. This is one of the simplest ways to write a complex number. The second method is 5 plus 6 multiplied by j. Here, you use the multiplication operator with the magnitude to represent the imaginary part, and j denotes the imaginary unit. The third and most recommended method is to use the complex function, writing the real part and the imaginary part separately. Let us run this cell and see the results. We can see that we have generated the same complex number, 5 plus 6j, using 3 different methods in Python. You can use any method, but the most logical and clear approach is to use the complex function. In the next cell, we want to extract the real and imaginary parts of the complex number. Our complex number is 5 plus 6j. We know that 5 is the real part and 6 is the imaginary part. The real part can be extracted using np.real, and the imaginary part can be extracted using np.imag. If we run this cell, we get the real and imaginary parts separately. We see 5 as the real part and 6 as the magnitude of the imaginary part. In this way, we can write complex numbers in Python and extract their real and imaginary components. Now, let us plot some complex numbers on a complex plane. What is a complex plane? We will see in a moment. These are 4 complex numbers. The first number, 3 plus 0j, has only a real part and an imaginary part of 0. The second number has a negative real part and an imaginary part of 0. The third number has both a real and an imaginary part, and the fourth number has only an imaginary part. Let us run this cell to see how they are plotted on the complex plane. We have selected a figure size, set a dark background, and are plotting the real part of z1 against the imaginary part of z1. The marker's size is defined and labels are provided. Let us run this cell and observe the plot. We can see this is our complex plane. It is called a complex plane because it has a real axis and an imaginary axis. The sum of a real and an imaginary number forms a complex number. When both axes are shown in a figure, that plane is called the complex plane. Let us look at the numbers. Z1 has only a real part, so it lies on the real axis at an amplitude of 3. Z2 has a negative real part, -7, so it is also on the real axis at -7. Z3 has a real part of 2 and an imaginary part of 3, so it is positioned between 2 and 3, showing the magnitude of the complex number. Finally, 5j has no real part, so it lies purely on the imaginary axis at 5. This demonstrates how we represent complex numbers on a complex plane. All of these points are complex numbers. The first 2 have 0 imaginary parts, and the last one has a 0 real part. This is the standard way to represent complex numbers on a complex plane.